Hello guys, welcome to new project using MATLAB simulator for 555 A-stable multivibrator. In this video, we are going to study about any 555 timer and how to configure it to A-stable multivibrator. Then we'll look into formulas and calculation of important parameters. Then we'll look into a demo project using MATLAB GUI. A stable multivibrator is also called as free-running multivibrator, also known as oscillator. Oscillator because it will produce continuous pulses and it has no stable states. Also, it will continuously switch between two states without application of any external trigger. Actually, IC555 can be made to work as a monostable as well as astable. In monostable, there will be a single stable state. In astable, there is no stable state. A IC555 timer can be made to work as astable by three external components attached to it. Those are R1, R2 and capacitor C. Now let us look into the internal block diagram. The dotted line defines the boundary for internal block diagram. It has three 5 kilo ohms resistor. So the name 555 defines that it has total 3 resistors, 2 comparators, 1 SR flip-flop and 1 buffer. Now looking into the parameter, the time period for which the capacitor will be charged. Here capacitor is ceramic capacitor and one end of capacitor is attached to the ground and another end is attached to the terminal 2. So while charging from VCC it comes to RA, RB then C. So the high time is given by TH equals 0.693 which is proportionality constant into R1 plus R2 into C. R into C is very famous time constant expression, the same we are using here. And the load time is for discharging. When capacitor discharging, the other terminal should be connected to ground and it should go through the discharge terminal. So it will go through RB, then from 7 it will come to pin number 1. So discharging occurs from capacitor through RB. So the expression for low output is given by TL equals 0.693 into R2 into C seconds. So the total time period of the square wave is calculated by adding TH and TL, which is nothing but 0.693 into R1 plus 2 R2 into C seconds. Also we know that frequency is inversely proportional to time. So F equals 1 by capital T equals 1 divided by 0.693 1.44 divided by R1 plus 2 R2 into C Hertz. Another important parameter while dealing the digital waves is duty cycle. Duty cycle relates the time duration of high pulse with respect to time duration of low pulse and it is given by DC equals TH divided by total time, that is nothing but TH plus TL into 100%. So this block diagram defines all the parameters and all the calculations are done with respect to this diagram. If we see the block diagram of any 555, there are total 8 pin outs and individual pin has different functions and tasks to perform. So pin number 1 is for ground, pin number 2 for triggering, pin number 3 for output, pin number 4 for reset, pin number 5 for control, pin number 6 for threshold, pin number 7 for discharging and pin number 8 should be connected to VCC. The value of VCC should be DC input. The output at pin number 3 can be observed either using DSO or CSO. Next, this is the diagram which you have to connect. 555 timer IC is available in market. While connecting, you just have to short 2 and 6, and if you have to connect a monostable, 2 and 6 should not be shorted And for second terminal you have to connect a triggering circuit. Triggering circuit is nothing but a voltage divider circuit with a push button, and you have to connect two resistors R1 and R2 externally. Now let us look into the MATLAB demo project and how to build a code using the learnings which we have done before. When you get into MATLAB, it will prompt you to the command window. If you have to do a GUI project, you have to enter the command guide. It will pop up a window asking for opening of .fig file. Here it is. And if you have to create new project, click on create new GUI blank, then OK. I'll be opening the created project. Regarding creating a GUI and how to utilize the resources given in GUI, I have made one video. I'll be adding it here. You can just go through that video. And in this I have added one axis for displaying a circuit diagram, total 6 text boxes and one push button for running the code. Here we can mention different values for resistors and capacitor. When I run the code, it will take me to the editor window asking me to enter the function code for each and every boxes mentioned here. This is the editor window. Here it is the functions. So total 6 text boxes plus one push button. There should be total 7 functions created. And text boxes are not important for us because we just have to convert the strings into numbers and numbers to string for our project. The important part of our functions are push button. Push button is nothing but our run command. For run command we have to convert all the 5 formulas in the code format and execute it. So we'll jump it to push button. This is the push button function. So it will start with R1, R2 and RC line number 84, 85 and 86. So for 84 and 85 we are asking for the input for resistor value R1 and R2, and we have to convert from string. So we'll use MATLAB inbuilt function string to num and we'll convert it to R1, then we'll convert the other value to R2, and for line number 86 capacitor value, once again we will convert it to string to number. Whatever we have given as a text box, we'll convert it to number and we'll divide by 10 to power of 6. This is because we are taking the value of capacitor in microfarads. Line number 87, F equals 1.44 divided by R1 plus 2 into R2 into C is nothing but formula for finding frequency. T is nothing but total time, that is 0.693 into R1 plus 2 R2 into C. T1 is for high time, T2 is for low time. And line number 91, D is for duty cycle in percentage, and it is given by high time divided by total time into 100. Line number 92, 93, 94 are used to display the calculated value. We have converted the calculated value in numbers, so we have to convert those numerical values in strings. So we'll use MATLAB inbuilt function num to str. Then we'll use if-else statement to differentiate the time period for frequency greater than 100 Hz and frequency less than 100 Hz. The first set of statements are for frequency greater than 100 Hz. For frequency greater than 100 Hz, we'll use timestamp of p equals 0 to 0.02 in the span of 0.501, and output is 0.25 square of 2 into pi into f in comma d plus 2.5. The same thing will plot in figure 1. For frequency less than 100, we'll use timestamp of p equals 0 to 5 in the span of 0.001. output is same in this case, just the difference is if the frequency, let us consider f equals 10, so the time period of single waveform will be 1 divided by 10, that is nothing but zero point 0.1, and it will fall under the second set of statement, so it will be covered in that time span. From the code line 107 to 1010, we are limiting the output from 0 to 6. The y-axis labels will be from 0 to 6, and 108 and 109 are x labels and y label. X-axis is nothing but time, y-axis is nothing but amplitude, and 110 title of the figure we have given waveform of 555 timer as an astable multi-vibrator. And from 112 there are multiple functions, those are created due to text box we have made in our GUI. Those are not important and you don't have to make any changes onto those functions. It will work properly if you remove or if you keep it as it is. Now let us run the code and check the output. So this is the output window we have got, and there are different parameters we have entered. If you want to change the parameters, I'll change capacitor to 1 microfarad and resistor value to 1k and another resistor value to 4.7k, that is nothing but 4700. And this is the circuit diagram which we have discussed before. It will give a clear vision which are the resistor, where it is connected, and how should be connected for getting a particular duty cycle. Now we'll run the output. This is the our output waveform. You can see that the output is on for 0 to 0.004 and it is off for 0.0044. So according to this, duty cycle is calculated, it is 85% and the frequency is around 215 Hertz. Now let us take different values. We'll take resistor value as 1000 and R2 will change it to 500, and we'll change capacitor value to 4. Now let us use our calculator and calculate the values as per our formulas. After calculation, we can compare with our results. Let us run and see the output waveform. So this is the waveform we have got, and duty cycle is around 75% and frequency is 180 Hertz. So this was the simulator we have made, and this is the circuit diagram. I have also explained how to build a circuit for monostable. This IC 555 pin layout and working is very important for electrical or electronics engineer. You cannot forget all these concepts related to IC 555. Also, IC 555 is very helpful in various projects where you want to generate time delay, or you can use as a triggering circuit, delay circuit, and pulse generator, and as well as oscillators, which we have discussed now. Now let me tell you what are the modifications or development can be made with this piece of code. So I have plotted only one figure, that is the output at pin number 3. You can also plot the variation of voltage across capacitor C. That is nothing but how the capacitor is charging and discharging, how it will charge from 0 to 2 by 3 VCC and how it will discharge from 2 by 3 VCC to 1 by 3 VCC. Plot we can implement using MATLAB, and the second change is you can vary the supply voltage from 5 volts to 10 volts and check the results. The third point is if we want 50% duty cycle, then what should be the changes we have to make. It is very simple. You can just generate a 50% duty cycle waveform just using a diode between pin number 7 and pin number 6. We have to be careful while connecting a diode. Anode should be connected to pin number 7 and cathode should be connected to pin number 6. That is, the triangular part should be connected to 7 and the line part should be connected to pin number 2, and it will be parallel to the resistor R2. After connecting, if we check the output at pin number 3, we'll get exact 50% duty cycle, that is the equal time period for high pulse and low pulse. If you have any queries or any doubts, you can mention in comments or you can ping me on Instagram. I'll be mentioning my Instagram handle in description. And if you want this piece of code for your curriculum or projects, or if you want to develop something more from it, you can mention your Gmail ID in the comments. I'll be happy to send this code to you. And if you are new to channel, please like and subscribe. Thank you.